What's going on, everybody?
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, we are back.
Woo!
Yes, this Drinks and Conversation.
The podcast.
Yes, and I am Intro Picks, and I'm always in the building.
And I'm Oxytocin, and it's always going down.
Yeah. What's going on, Oxytocin?
Hey, now. How you living? How you living?
We living
Gucci,
good.
Bro.
We living good in the neighborhood.
Living our best life
Our
in the neighborhood.
Our best life out here. Yeah, we got a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. We got Miss Tamieka in the building.
Hey, y'all.
From Talking with TB.
I'm loving being here. Thank you for having
Welcome
me
back. I know.
Yes, awesome. It seems like I haven't seen you guys in forever.
I think about like 72
exactly.
hours.
Yeah, a little bit of time.
Give or take. Hey.
Listen, we was on your show just a couple of days ago.
Yes.
Killing it.
You know what? I love being on your show.
I did too.
I love being on your show.
Like I literally watched the video like 2 or 3 times.
Me too. Our chemistry's dope, but I knew that from being here. Like, yeah, you guys are lit. Yeah.
Liddy vibes.
Yep.
Liddy vibes.
Absolutely. We got to do that more often.
We do have to do it more often.
Mash it up. Mash it up.
Match it up. Here we go.
So tell a little bit about your show to the people.
Okay.
Just for the people who just don't know. But,
Absolutely. If you don't know, you about to know.
Yeah.
I'm talking with TB. It's about dating and relationships. I mean, we gotta get into it. I mean, we talk about other things, but the primary focus is dating and relationships. We gotta get to know one another, relate, understand, so that we can build better relationships, have a better dating life.
Okay. Trying to help somebody out here.
They need
trying to
help out here.
I'm trying to help
They need
somebody.
some help out.
So what advice you got for Oxytocin?
Because that's very easy.
Hold up.
This is the easiest question I've been asked all day.
I've been trying to get her like on a date for like the whole time we've been doing our show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, look no further. Here I am. I'm gonna make sure she get on that date. Oxy is so dope. Like that's my only
She's
advice.
so dope.
Keep being your dopeness, and
she don't want to date nobody.
She doesn't.
She doesn't.
Right.
I know.
But
I
that's
know.
okay. You
Why
ain't got
not?
no choice, cause you done got me in
wrong
it.
with not wanting to date.
There's
It's by
nothing
choice.
wrong with when you're ready. The
Exactly.
time.
When you gonna be ready?
After I listened to the J. Cole album that just dropped, then Kanye album coming out, Tiana Taylor album coming out, so we about to get some really good music. So after all of that,
After
Then
all of
you
that,
go on the
well,
date.
Cardi just came out and
Cardi,
I
you know
heard
I've been
Cardi
bumping
fire.
that joke.
Okay.
What is real quick? I do think people been saying the album is not good, but I really believe like she did good. I think this is a good debut album for her. What is your favorite song, intro pick?
I mean, I like the Best Life song.
What's his name?
With Chance the Rapper, I do. And I can see how people can say that about her. I did like the album. I thought it was a good album.
Yeah.
It's not an album that I'm play constantly, but I thought it was a good album. And I
okay.
just wish she would have used maybe less samples.
Okay, yeah, I've been getting that a lot
was
too. I've been hearing a lot. Tamika, have you got a chance to hear
I
Invasion of
haven't heard
Privacy?
it, but now I'm intrigued. I've heard good things though.
Okay.
Yeah, so. But I'm a Cardi fan, so.
Cardi. Yeah. No, Intro Picks knows my favorite song because we did travel to New York. I think it was last weekend. We went to Black Web Fest.
Yes.
Nice.
And I was riding to that Cardi, listening to Ring featuring Kalani. Like, that is my
The
jam.
whole way.
That is my jam.
All right, well,
Singing
we gotta
at the
listen to
top
that
of my lungs.
I said, if I hear this one more time, I'm gonna ring somebody's neck. Like, what?
Yeah. But you ain't ringing my neck.
It's a good album.
Yeah, and like her whole year has been dope.
Yeah, and speaking of that, the Billboard Awards just announced their nominees, and Bad Barbie, is it? She got nominated with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, aka the Catch Me Outside
Catch Me
girl.
Outside.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about that?
Yeah, I think
Danielle
that's
Barber-
some bullshiggity. Like, I would be insulted as an artist to be among.
Okay. I just had to really
She got some
process my
Billboard-
thoughts,
she got some-
realize what I want to say and how I want it to come out.
Okay.
She is a young girl. You know what I mean?
She's not an artist though.
She made a song.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I mean, that was her art, and I think that all art is beautiful, no matter how bad or how good or how we judge her art. That's her art, and she created, I guess. And, kudos to her for that, because I have to understand at the end of the day, she is a child, and this is exciting for her. Granted, she needs more rearing, I think, from her mom, because she's a little out of control. But, I don't want to take that away from her. Congrats to you. But now, if she wins, then my opinion will change.
Okay.
She's nominated, be nominated.
Well,
okay.
We know
but
she's not going to win.
If she wins, my opinion
we know
will
she's
change.
not going to win, because Cardi is definitely going to win. But I think the main issue is that you have so many other. I mean, you bypass Remy. You bypass
right.
You bypass what's the girl name?
The girl, yeah.
No, the one that I forgot her name already. So, but you got a lot of female rap.
A lot of people we feel are more worthy than.
I mean, you got to look at it like this. Whatever your field is, be it writing. Okay, so you're a great writer, right? And then like a second grader writes like a Green Eggs and Ham version, and you've been writing like novels, and y'all are nominated for the same award. You feel a way.
You will feel some type of way, but you also have to remember why you're doing what you're doing. If you have a passion and an art for a heart for it or a passion for it, you're not too caught up on the recognition. You may be like whatever, but you know what you're putting out is dope. You're putting out quality work. That in and of itself.
And it's not a Grammy. It's a Billboard award.
Yeah.
There's a different distinction.
But the Billboard award is important. The Billboard charts
Grammy,
are
though.
important.
They are, but the Billboard are based on how many.
I mean, they neck
hits
and neck. Like,
she got, like how many
now
popularity
it's
it was.
How they judge music. You know what I'm saying? You got streams now. You got all these different platforms.
And she got
now,
the streams.
So it's different.
That's
now,
Atlantic.
So.
I think Atlantic is just creating rules and shit, because you know what? With this Cardi album, by the way, I never heard of all of this shit. Now she platinum on the day of, and nobody questioning this. Like, how?
Right?
Like, are you kidding me? How?
Run me that data.
Yeah,
I don't know how it's calculated, but
back then it's like, how much money are you making on streams?
You sold. How many
Basically,
CDs
you sold 1 million copies.
Then that's
you
what
were
it is.
platinum.
It's even counted differently now.
Yeah.
Like I know there was some talk about Chris Brown's album, how he had like a gazillion songs on there, and how that kind of manipulated, how the ratings were counted or whatever. So I don't know how it's counted. Maybe I should look into that. But
people out here cheating every day.
Be nominated. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's cool.
I'm hopeful.
Great,
Can I get a Billboard award?
Just.
People
I'm ready
feel like
for that Tiana Taylor album. That's really what I'm
love her.
ready for the album. Tiana Taylor doing good too. She just had that movie that I liked on Netflix with Yaz. You know what I mean?
What's it called?
Honey Tree. Was it Honey Forest?
Oh, okay.
The little dance movie. It was really, really good.
Nice.
Okay.
China and McClain's sister was in there. And then she's going to be a devil girl on Hit the Floor, which is coming back to VH1 for its 4th season. If I'm not
She can
mistaken.
dance her butt off.
Yes, she really, really can.
And she got a reality show.
TV show with her husband.
Yep, they're
Baby
good.
Junie, who is so beautiful. Oh my God.
She's a great
I'm
mom.
excited for her. Tiana Taylor is really having a good year. And shout out to her and Rihanna, because they did take a photo together at Coachella. So hopefully they've patched things up. If you guys remember,
I didn't know they were beefing.
If you guys remember, Tiana Taylor her and Rihanna had an altercation or some beef or whatever, and she posted Rihanna's beat up face for Chris Brown as her Twitter Abby, and like she lost an endorsement for her shoes. Like it got really, really crazy. So I love it when
and Rihanna said something about her net worth or something.
Yeah,
okay.
I love it when us women can come back together and just squash it, because it's not, at the end of the day, it's not that. Let's just come together. Let's be one. Let's kill the beat.
But see, I think Tiana Taylor is going to have a little bit of a hard time because of the simple fact that I know she came out with music as far as the Google Me and all that. That was the song. But I also feel like it's like now what she's so famous for is not for that. And I just feel like it may be a little bit of a struggle just if it doesn't roll out in the right way. But to say that, she does have Kanye West behind
it's
her.
It's her time. It's her time.
She killed
And I feel
Kanye
like
West
regardless
video.
of whatever you're doing, I feel like music has always been her passion, from the way she talks and what she says in her interviews. And by all means, if you have any chance to do what you actually love, I say do it, regardless of how many other things you're doing. Because this may be your bread and butter, but this is what brings you joy. And you can't put a price on your joy and your peace. So I say do it.
I love it.
And I'm waiting, Tiana girl.
I didn't say she couldn't do it. I said, just you know. But I do love some Tiana Taylor.
I love her. And
I love her little
yeah.
voice and everything.
Yeah.
And I love how women are so versatile. We can
Them-
do so many things.
Let's
you
talk
know
about
what I mean?
body
Soul
goals.
snatching.
Yes.
Can we
That's
talk
what I'm
about body
talking
goals?
Let's talk about soul snatching. She be soul snatching.
Yeah.
Man, what?
And that you
Look.
need a girl like that that's gonna snatch your soul.
Look.
How does
look.
she do that?
She got some nice lips. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
I
her
got
lips
you,
is
yeah.
what really
Her
make-
body is
Yeah.
amazing.
Body is
I'm pretty
sick,
sure, yeah.
absolutely, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm pretty sure
Her
she.
dancing, her
that's how
dance
she-
moves.
She's a
Yeah.
soul collector.
And she's a woman. She's a mom. She's doing it. Just what she stands for
Yeah,
is
she's dope.
definitely, inspiring for any woman out there. You know what I'm saying? And she's a wife. You know what I'm saying? She's doing it. That's just like, okay, you can do it.
She had a baby, and the next day she was perfect again.
Mm.
All
You can
natural.
do it. You can
I
do
know
it.
that's right.
Yeah.
Now, are you willing to put in the work to do that's something else, but you can do it. You can do it. And that's just, I need everyone to
I'm
know
happy
that.
for Tiana Taylor.
Yes.
She doing that. Yeah.
So we talking about soul snatching. How about that Beyonce Coachella performance?
Yeah.
People are really comparing Beyonce to Michael Jackson. So
They
I
are.
want to pose the
They are.
question to you two. Do you guys feel like we should pick, or is there just like you can't compare the two, or what do you feel?
Well, I say this, you just when you entertain, as far as entertainment, and you know somebody is gonna put on a good show that's like literally worth the money and that's worth it. Yeah, I feel like Beyonce is definitely up there as one of the greatest entertainers of all time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And why we
absolutely.
can't have a male and a female? Why we
Hey,
just
now.
can't have Michael Jackson
Yeah.
do his thing? But
And it's two
They
So y'all
different
think
both-
she's better
generations.
than Janet?
That's
who?
two different generations, though. You know
Who
what I
better
mean?
than
So-
Janet?
But if you can compare her to Mike himself, you can compare her to Janet.
No, if you can compare her to Michael Jackson, then you can't compare her to Janet, because Janet wasn't even on Michael's level.
Very true.
So that's just
That's true.
a whole different level.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. I don't
But
think
not to
I
take
don't think
anything
she has
away
the
from Janet, 'cause I
distinction
love her.
of
Control.
I don't think she has the distinction of best entertainment ever. I do think she's top
Oh yeah.
entertainer ever. But yeah, MJ just holds that spot so firmly.
Yes. Look, it's a small.
I don't think she
number.
even wants to be considered better than MJ.
It's a small number of people that I personally would pay to see. And I think like when Beyonce's, her tickets want to sell, I was like, I don't know. It's been a while. I don't know. But that performance, that's her telling you thought you didn't spend that money on me. I'm going to show you. She's like, you thought you didn't want to buy that ticket? I'm going to show you why you didn't buy that
But we
ticket.
all know that.
Like-
We know that
No, but I
Beyonce puts
forgot.
on a good
But
show.
I forgot. It's been a while.
The only
I
thing
forgot.
better than Beyonce is Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Who else is
Oh my
out there
gosh.
doing multi-wardrobe changes, crazy sets? I mean,
Yes.
2 straight-hour performances. I
Right.
mean, just like
You
she's
get your
killing
dime
it.
worth.
I'm not trying to see you walk left to right and right to left and front to back. I can really enjoy that in
Not
the
trying to Keisha
comforts
Cole.
of my home.
Right.
No
Like
Keisha
I
Cole.
want to see a
Exactly.
show.
Adele.
I mean, changing your nail polish, in between sets, like just wow. You know what I'm
She's
saying?
amazing.
Wow,
Into
you,
detail.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You really want to give me something. I feel like,
It's
you
worth
go
it.
to these shows, you're spending your money on this ticket, you're already giving them something. It's just nice to know, when you go to a Beyonce show, you're going to get something in return. She's all about reciprocity. Like, you going to spend,
Yeah.
but you going to
But you
enjoy.
get-
Listen,
Yeah.
let me see your shit for free. Like I like how we like you streamed it for Coachella and all this and that, and
Yeah.
we was able to see it. And there's Instagram and social media.
Exactly.
I enjoy it from miles away. Just
Anybody
the same,
would.
But
The level
I,
of detail that
Yeah.
went into that. I mean, she went like probate, step show. Definitely
Everything.
to get back to HBCUs with her performance.
I wanna-
Reminded me of Homecoming and whatnot. So, I mean, she really. Say that one more time, Amanda Wild.
Basically, she mixed up other songs with her own song
Damn.
and did it better than the original.
Wow.
Everybody mad. We all want the horns. We want, a whole bunch of marching bands about to be playing.
Oh yeah, no
I know that's
doubt.
right.
Look,
Battle of the Bands
Look.
is on.
and the precision, I think, with all of the dances. Like I know she be cutting dances left and right. Like if you miss a step, then
Yeah.
you out. You not
You
about
out.
to fuck this
I
shit
turn
up.
her with
Yeah.
it.
Not on my watch.
Right.
Turn her.
Perfection.
Find your ass.
Very true.
Find your ass.
I guess I have a problem with us always having to have one or the other. Like you can MJ was MJ, Beyonce was Beyonce. Cardi is Cardi, Nicki is
Nicki, right?
You know, they both can be epic. They both can be great. Like, we
I
don't
think
have to
they
only.
are.
That's the
Yeah.
great thing about.
But I
the
seen a
human
meme,
mind.
and it was like, you don't have to choose, right? You can
don't.
love both.
They're
So,
all
yeah,
great.
I
I
agree.
love them all.
I think you can still love both, but you want to choose who's better,
You
and you
can't.
tailor to
Yeah,
it.
there's always a
It's-
best.
There's too many.
That's rap,
And
though. That's
MJ,
the
but
industry.
MJ
That's
is
what
like
it is.
Yeah,
permanently the best
but
until you
when
can
you
show
got-
me a firm example of somebody better.
Listen,
When it's the gaps in generation, like if it's like right now, we can judge who's better because they all have the same tools. You know what I'm saying? The playing field is not leveled when you're judging Beyonce and Michael Jackson because Beyonce have things affordable to her that he didn't, which
Yeah.
makes a big difference.
and
So that's why I'm
Michael
saying it's
Jackson
hard.
is dead.
That's why you can't choose, and that's why you can't judge
And
them
nobody's
because
saying
the
that.
First of
playing
all,
field's not-
do y'all
that's what we're
remember
saying. You're
Michael
saying
would
what
have
you wanna
people
choose who's
fainting
better.
at his concerts like he was the Messiah?
But that don't mean nothing. People
That
faint
means
every day.
every-
I'm
thing.
saying that because you
That
just
means
said,
every. Who
but you
is
do
that
wanna
powerful
choose
that
who's
you
better.
would faint if you see? I don't
People
have
throw
a
their
person.
panties on stage. People
True, at Prince.
People do faint. They faint at Wanda Sykes if they see Wanda Sykes.
Stop playing. You better stop playing.
I love Wanda, but I've never.
No,
seen
that's what I'm saying.
anybody
I don't have an
faint.
entertainer.
Y'all
I
not
would
a
faint
Wanda
for.
fan. Y'all not a Wanda fan.
I am a Wanda fan.
Or Lauryn Hill. People love Lauryn Hill. So
She don't even be on
Speaking
time.
of Lauryn Hill, I wanted to bring this up because
They
you know
fainting because
she's
they
doing-
tired of waiting.
We have an
Lauryn
in-house
Hill-
Lauryn.
Whatever. Lauryn Hill's doing her concert or whatever, and I noticed I've seen a lot on social media that her tickets are on Groupon. Like if your tickets are on Groupon for your concert, is that a bad thing? Because I wouldn't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Some people
Okay.
say it
Because you
as,
giving them
I'm
away
like-
at that point.
Oh, I didn't
mean,
know.
yeah, because Groupon
But she's
really
all,
takes
her
a lot of
reputation.
your
She's
money.
It
talented,
does.
but her reputation more days. The first thing you think is she's never on time or she don't show up.
That's why I won't go
That's sad.
because
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
not
her.
gambling.
I love her so much. I don't want to have a reason to be upset with her.
Me too.
You know what I mean? I don't
Me
want a
too.
reason to be like, I can't stand, and I know I will be hella pissed
Lauren.
if I spend my coin
Lauren.
and you're supposed to be there at 9
Lord.
and you're there at 11.
Exactly.
Don't play with me.
Lord.
Whatever.
To me, to
Lord.
me,
Whatever.
yeah, they do favor.
Whatever.
That's so cute.
I'm
I never
talking-
noticed
I'm
that.
talking to Lauren.
They do favor. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
he is
never
so
in my
stupid.
life
Don't listen to
noticed
him.
that. I look at
I'm not
Aki for
listening to
her.
him.
No.
We're talking about buying these tickets to these concerts. I want to talk about your first job and your first paycheck. What did you spend your money on TV?
Oh my gosh, my first
Ooh.
job was a junior lifeguard at Fort Stanton Swimming Pool.
You were saving lives early.
I've been-
I know that's right.
All right.
That's what I hear for. But I made $4.25 an hour. Like
Wow.
I believe my check was like $25, and I probably went to McDonald's. I don't remember what I bought.
Well, hey, you was
All
making some
out
money.
on a meal.
Exactly.
making some
I
money.
just know it's gone now.
Intro picks. Your first job and what did you spend your first check on?
My first job was at Jeepers, which I know is like a little Funko Land kind of sort of
I
thing.
know you.
Yeah, it was like Jeepers. But let me tell you this: I ain't even wait till I got my first paycheck to start spending my money. Like the day that I got hired, I had
Already
went and
spend
got
it
a
before you get it.
I got a cell phone. I wanted a cell phone so bad for so many years prior to, because you know as a kid you want a phone,
Yeah.
cell phone, this and that. I used to carry around the phone that didn't even work. But see,
Yeah.
and the day that I got my job, they let me get a cell phone, and you know what? All my money went there. Every dollar. Every time I got paid, it was to pay my cell phone bill.
Wow.
That's
You
it.
was at
And you know it
Greenbelt?
was expensive back then. You had minutes and shit. You
You
had
was at
to-
Greenbelt?
Yeah.
yeah, at
I'm
Greenbelt.
telling
yeah.
you, I know you.
Oh.
I've always
We
felt
worked
like I
there at
know
the same
you.
time.
I didn't work there, but I lived at Greenbelt. Like I was always there. And
Beltway Plaza used to be
know
the stuff
you.
back in the day.
I done had
That
like
might be
5
it.
jobs
You did
in Beltway Plaza. I done worked.
I knew you.
I done worked at the
see those
AMC. I done worked at the
See?
Joanne's.
you
I
ever
done
see
worked
those
at
TV
the.
shows where you
Giant?
turn around and it's like one person who work in like every location.
I done worked
Yeah,
You
everywhere.
see them and you get something, you go to somewhere else and you like, oh, and they like, hey, how may I help
Yeah.
you? One of those
That's,
things.
I swear.
We probably did
No.
see each other back in the day.
I'm
It's a
telling
small
you, I
world.
lived
It's
at
a
Beltway
small
Plaza.
world,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
As soon as I
so.
met you, I was like, I know you from somewhere else, not here. And
But I
that's
don't know
probably
because
it.
you've been saying that to everybody that I.
No. But am
know
I ever
you were
lying
so-
though? Him. But was I lying though?
No, you wasn't lying.
I don't forget a face. I don't.
I was telling you that I know you from somewhere.
Man, lie like a
Beltway. It was the Beltway.
Oh gosh. Oh,
Y'all
see,
funny
y'all
now.
better than me because my first job I worked at Kmart.
Ooh.
as a cashier. And I mean, I'm regular, addicted to retail. My first check was spent on apparel, probably some shoes
from
or something
Kmart
like that.
or
Probably from Kmart. Probably,
Give it back. Keep it in the
you know. That was what
That's how
my
they
check
get
was
you.
spent on. I know, right?
So
Yeah.
you went shopping.
I did. I bought some clothes.
tax free.
That was some clothes.
All right.
You know,
Typical
growing up with
teenager.
5 sisters, my mom did great with us, but you never, sometimes just didn't get what you wanted all the time.
So you went to go
So when you got a little money, you're able to get what you want, you know. So
man, when you get your little piece of money,
and you think you rich, I started making $7.25 an hour,
Ooh, big time.
and I was like, oh,
You were in the big league.
hey
she
now.
wasn't a big league.
Yeah.
I was getting paid $5. I think
But you
like
was that
$5.50.
Jeepers.
I mean, but still.
Man, you can get free rides. You get
I know,
tickets.
right?
Them little kid rides, those were little kid rides. And I was a busser. I wasn't.
Tables.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
busting
okay.
tables and
Okay.
stuff like that. But I only stayed there for like 3 months.
Look,
I was over that shit.
Look,
What did they turn
I was
that
a
into, do you know?
cashier.
I don't know.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know what they.
But I'll tell you, working at Kmart during Christmas time, you know, it's like really, really big. That was my first time I ever seen like 2 grown ass. I've never seen like grown ass women fist fight.
Was it
So
Black
working
Friday?
at Kmart during like Christmas.
Christmas
Oh,
time.
okay.
The
'Cause
lady
back then
got
it
in
used
front
to
of
be
the other
crazy.
lady. It was crazy as hell. And I was just like, and these grown ass women
Terrible.
fighting over a spot in line. I
Welcome
couldn't
to
believe
World Star. I see that every day, B.
Yo,
I see
it
that
was
every
shocking
day.
to me to see that though. I'm
One
like,
I just
Oh,
saw
yeah.
an old
Line ain't
lady
gonna
try to
change
beat
it.
up a pregnant lady, and then she got arrested. Did y'all
Oh.
see that video?
Oh,
Listen,
the military folks,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that was unnecessary.
that happens all the time.
Yeah.
People get beat up every
But
day.
I'm just so happy her privilege didn't work. So, yes. You know what? We talk a lot about relationships, and I know we love, especially like the male and female dynamic, or even with the way times are changing, the homosexual dynamic, just when you're in
Yeah.
a relationship with someone and being intimate. But I want to talk about friendships.
Okay.
Definitely want to focus on
Come
that.
on, bring it up,
do you
Toes.
think do you think it's harder to make friends as an adult that versus when you're younger or as a child? And
You-
why? If you either way.
Let's give it to Tamieka. Let me see. What,
Me? Okay. I think as a child you don't really understand the definition of friendship. So that brings its own challenges. Like as a kid, you're trying to figure it out, and I mean, we have kids that are figuring it out. You know, the criteria as a child is different. Like, you know, oh, you're my friend. We both like pink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
As you become older, I won't say it's harder to make friends, but you at least know the real criteria. Like, what is really a friend? Like, even with your closest friends, like, you might not confide in them about your financial situation. Like, you know, like, your friends, it's not easier to make when you get older, but it's not necessarily harder. It's just trying to find someone that you can trust and, like, really confide in and just see where they fit in your life, because friendship, the definition just varies. Like, you can be my great friend, but I'll never tell you, like, oh my gosh, I'm about to get evicted. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you would think, like, if that's your quote unquote friend, you would.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. It's like it's just different levels to it at different ways. But when we get old, we get stuck in our ways, and we probably aren't as social. I will say that, like, because we've been burned a couple times.
No new friends.
No
No new
Day
friends.
one, day
'cause
one.
we've been burned.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And even then, like, even with your friends, like, do you trust them around your mate? You know what I'm saying? How can you call somebody your friend if you say you don't trust them? Like, I really just recently went through this. I'm like, damn, that's my girl, but I don't trust this shit. I never knew I didn't trust you.
You gotta call them like you see them.
You gotta
Well, I
call
think
them
you like
see
people for
Intro pic.
their relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think friendship is a word that you can put on it, but I think it's more so relationship. You know,
Okay,
as you
okay.
get older, like you said, you what is a friend? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Everybody has a different role.
Yeah.
Some friends you don't need for certain things. Some friends are more emotionally available for you, and some friends are, you know, physically available for you, and
Fact.
some, you know, you have different relationships. Period. All across the spectrum. But when you're younger, since you friends with whoever's in your vicinity, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
so easy for you to make friends and to fight with your friends,
Yep.
you know, just because you're kids and you get over it. But when you become an adult and you're trying to figure out like who your friends are and things like that, it's just based on your relationship. I think you can have a strong relationship with somebody, and you can have mediocre relationships and weak relationships. But
It's
you
not
know what I'm saying?
necessarily
It's not
harder or
necessarily. Yeah, it's not. I mean, listen. If you meet somebody a couple of times and you know their name and you have conversations with them, this is a friend. Now we might not be close friends. You know what I'm saying? We might not have a close relationship, I should say, but I'm in relations with that person. Like, I know this person. They know who I am. They seen me. They know a little bit about who I am. If they had to pick me in the lineup, they would say, this is Julian. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we have some type of relationship, but it's not strong. It's not like super tight. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and that could be that way with your family. You got family, you know what I'm saying? But you could have a stronger relationship with one of your cousins versus even your own sister
But your
or your own
family's
brother.
your family. They're pretty much there for the most part. Friends, they're not always there. That's why I
Your
kind of feel like
family
it's
ain't
harder.
always there.
Depending on your family, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
feel
have
like
a
it's
loving,
harder,
kind
though.
family.
I do.
That's
so
always
grateful.
there.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
But people
Thank you, Jesus.
disown people every day.
That's
Jack.
true.
You know
Why do
what
you
I'm
say
saying?
it's harder?
Blood is not always thicker, they say. But I think it's harder when you're older, only because, you know, you're not, I feel like when you're older, you're not put in many new circumstances or situations or the environment to make new friends or be as exposed to newer people. You know, because when you're younger, you go to elementary, you go to middle, you may change schools, you may move. You're exposed to so many people. Then you go to college, you're exposed to so many people. But after you graduate into the working world, now if you're loyal to your employer, you'll probably be there 10 to 15 years. And then outside of the people you work with, you're not really going to know anyone. Even if it's for a big corporation, you're limited to the people in your department. And you may have a small department. You may work with 9 people. And those people may be there just as long as you. And then let's say you don't go out much or you're not as sociable. I just feel like it's not as easy to just start talking or meeting new people. When you're older versus when you're younger, you're just put in a lot of different environments. That's why a lot of people tell me that they love our event, because it gives them the opportunity to meet people that they would have never met. And the things that we talk about kind of makes you get close. We kind of speed up time and allow them to get close and engage in that self-disclosure and talk about things that they wouldn't necessarily talk about. So I just feel like it's harder.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Now, do you feel that with the age that we're living in, that you're supposed to keep your relationship private or more so private online? And I'm going to ask this to you, Tamieka, because, you know, you're in a relationship, you know.
A very,
Back
very
to
new
relationship.
A very new... you're in a very new relationship, but how much do you share on social media about your relationship?
0%.
Okay, and when should you start?
Never.
Okay.
I mean, with this one, only because I just have learned the game. Like, people are just trying to be nosy. Like, nobody's really happy for you. Everybody that needs to know knows. Everybody that is really in my life has met him or knows of him and you know, will meet him. But, like, I'm talking about, like, my parents and things like, yeah. Those are the only people that really need to know who am I stunting on Instagram for, so they can be hitting him up. And like, I don't know, it's a different world we living in. I just want to be private. I have enough of my life public facing, and you know, I don't. Yeah, no. I would love to keep my relationship private, but I don't knock those that feel otherwise. But
What about you, Oxytose?
I have no relationship to share or keep private.
I mean, but if you did get into a relationship,
Let me finish.
I mean,
But
the
if
last relationship, there was social media at that time,
I
right?
can't remember so long ago.
I figure out.
Plead the fifth. But
Long ago.
I'm not. There's a thin line when it comes to that. You gotta be careful, because I feel like there are some couples I witness who show like intimate things that I feel like, that's a little too much. Take it back a little bit. But then there are couples like, look, if you're gonna show me the relationship, show me the breakup. I don't want to see you with one person, you get married, and then you have a boyfriend. Like, I need to follow. Like, if you want to show me everything. Show me the togetherness. Show me the breakup. Tell me he wasn't shit. Like, let me follow the story. Tell me when you break up. Tell me when shit not going good. It just be all over the place, and it be a little confusing to me. But I do say just don't share.
I agree.
Don't overshare, you know? Like, I have some friends who, like my homegirl, she traveled somewhere or whatever, and she got a picture with her boo. They like holding hands, and you can see the sand, and you can see their feet, but you can't see his face. And I love that, because you have to keep the things that you want to thrive and want to do well, I notice that you need to keep it to yourself. Because you don't know who's wishing you, like you said, malice, or who's wishing you happiness. You know, I just think certain things we share too much in this day and age. I'm not sharing my relationship. I'm not sharing his face. You may see his snapback though.
No face,
That's
no
about
face.
Yep.
Nah, I think taking it to that extreme is a little much. But I do feel like, you know, I've been in relationships that I have shared publicly, and
you have. Mhm, I remember.
I know, and the fact that you do remember is the fact that why I don't share as much now. And
you
learned
your lesson.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Tamieka. Like, the people in your real life and in real reality, they do know.
They know.
Like, I'm with, you know, my girl like pretty much every single day.
And I love his girl. She's so sweet.
I'm gonna take that compliment.
I love her because obviously she has
Yeah.
great taste.
And it's like, you know, you do kind of want, but when it comes to the social media thing, I feel like you can share every now and then when you're doing something, you know, special or whatever the case may be. But at the end of it, it shouldn't be like your thing. Like, it shouldn't be like, my babe this, my babe that, my babe this, my babe that. And I only say that because when you do break up, if you break up, you know, it's just like you got to go through deleting pictures and you got to go through doing all of this, and you feel that embarrassment because you done put it out there and overshared with the whole world.
Exactly.
And it's less problems when you are very subtle.
Let's work as well. You don't got to go through deleting. Got to go back to 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Make sure you delete all the
pictures.
I mean, it depends.
That's work. That is work.
But
I don't want to.
I mean, it should never be because you're ashamed of your partner. But if it's really that you're private, then that's different. If you're private, then you're private.
If you're
ashamed,
trying to shouldn't even be your partner.
Right, if you're trying to be secretive or hide something, that's a whole different
shouldn't
thing.
even be your partner.
But to me, it's like, mind your business. We got this. Or let's figure out what we are before we start sharing. Because if your relationship is anything like mine, it changes. Like, and often. It's like, today, I love you. I think you're the best man ever. But yesterday, like, I wanted to.
But you know, some people feel like if you don't show me on social media,
it's not real.
You're not showing me to the world.
Well, that's communication is key. You need to know your person's love language. You know, if I want to be shown on social media, ultimately it's your social media. You can do what you want to do with it. But maybe I need to disclose that that's something that, you know, that makes me feel loved. You know what I mean? Or if you don't post me on your, I know some people where one person is posting the other, one person is posting the other person and the other person don't post the other person.
Yeah.
So
Cardi B,
there's a huge imbalance right there. But, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people care, some people don't.
Me,
it's about knowing what your
really
person
post
wants.
me because I don't want your fan club like judging me, and I don't want them contacting me, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? Just some things are just better kept private while you're figuring it out. Like when you're a few years in, I ain't gonna say years, whenever you're really in a solid relationship, then you can start sharing it with the world, because anything before that, like, you're still trying to figure it out. Why are we promoting a brand that we haven't even
Communication is key. A lot of people do that though. Be acting like they married and they not promoting that married brand. And people who I see online who I thought were married, and then they come to find out they're not.
No.
But my thing is communication is key, and talk about that type of stuff.
I agree.
Talk about it.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it. Like, you do want, like, you do stuff. You do want to take pictures. You do want to post it. You do want to show people
Monday,
your love.
Wednesday.
Yeah, that you're in love and you're doing things like that. And I think that's cool to an extent. And I just think that you got to take the good with the bad. You putting it out there. You got to take what comes with it at the same time.
The good and the bad. I totally agree with that. Going back to our IG feed, and going back to friendship, I posted a video of these two gentlemen who were doing an interview on Hot 97, an intro pics where you saw it.
I saw it.
Did you see it?
No.
What are some do's and don'ts of friendships as far as your expectations, like what you expect your friends to do for you? So, for example, the dude was sitting there talking with his friend, and he was like, you know, if I rob somebody, my man gonna rob him. And then his friend was like, yeah, I'm gonna rob him. If I want to smack somebody, my man gonna smack him. I know, right?
I think
and then
law breaking.
No. And then he was like, yeah, you know, my man gonna smack him. If I want to do this, my man gonna ride with me. He said, if I'm gonna die, my man gonna die with me, and that's where his friend drew the line. His friend was like, "Oh,
Hold
you know,
up.
I'm willing to do everything else with you, but as far as die, like I haven't lived my best life. I haven't even done that with my mom yet. That's not something I'm willing to do for you. So I'm gonna talk about do's and don'ts when it comes to friendships. Like, what do you expect from your friends?
My
Like,
girl said the best life.
do you
First of all,
expect
if
them to
you
die
expect
for
your
you?
friend to do that, then that's not your friend. I expect my
Right.
friend to
Are
have
you
my
not
back.
right? Are we lovers? Like, you're taking it super far.
Right.
So
Like, I
what is
expect
have your back? Because for this gentleman, having his back is dying for him.
No, but it's not dying. But I mean, he did take it to the extreme. But I think like this. Listen,
I don't need no extreme friends, personally.
I do believe though, if I fight and you with
fight.
me, we fight.
Of course.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I can
It's
rock
going
with
down. But you could die in a fight. All right.
That's true.
That
So
is different. Now, if that is
That's true.
you don't know what's
effects
going to happen
of-
in a
right,
fight.
right.
That's
You know
different.
what I'm saying?
But
so at the
willingly
end of
just
the
lining up to die, nah, that ain't me.
I mean, not
for no
willingly,
friend.
but a fight could turn into somebody shooting
Of
somebody.
course.
Stabbing
Yeah.
this and
somebody,
that.
yeah.
You know, niggas is
Right,
crazy. these
or
days.
even get hit wrong, yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, you are kind of saying that because it's like, listen, if you fight, I fight, but
But I guess for that,
we
it's
gotta
like you
have
don't have a choice. Like I made the choice to fight, but I didn't make the choice to die. But when you
that's
say
a
that,
consequence that you can have when you
understand
fight
that,
That's
for
but
different.
somebody.
That's the only
but
way
this
I
is
would-
intentional. Like you making the choice to die for me. You know what I'm saying? Is how he's saying.
No, he's saying you can't. Well, he is saying
That's
that,
what
but
he was saying. And he's
but
like,
you got
hold
to
on,
realize
no,
you
if I have
can
a-
die when you say
That's a
I
consequence.
choose to fight
but
for somebody.
I'm not making the choice to die. I'm only making
Yeah.
the choice to
So
fight.
let's
so
be
that's
clear.
where the difference is.
I can fall into the consequence category, but I will not sign up to voluntarily die.
Yeah, I
for
mean
a
that may happen.
And a
but
friend
all
would
I
want me
agreed
to. I
was
got
do
kids
to
was
live
to
for.
fight.
But here's the thing: what he was saying was he escalated it up. He's basically saying like, listen, if I gotta fight, my friend gonna fight.
Yeah.
If I gotta shoot,
My
that's the
friend
next
gonna
step.
shoot.
My friend gonna shoot.
Yeah.
If I gotta die, my friend gonna die. And there's reason
The
because,
friend said nah, though.
but that all leads to fighting. If I fight you and somebody pull out a gun and they shoot, we all shooting. And if they shoot me and they kill me, they better kill you too.
I understand where it leads, but he's only making the choice to do one thing.
It doesn't matter.
But it does matter.
You can make the
It does,
choice to
because
do
if I
one.
had the choice, I'm not gonna die.
Listen, you can make the choice
Neither am
to
I.
do one thing,
Exactly.
and
We
but you
understand
can't.
consequences,
And
but
we
that's not what
friends,
he's
But you
right?
can't control the
Exactly.
consequences.
But we know. you
And he
gotta
knows
live.
that.
But
So from what he can control, he can
Listen,
say, "I'm gonna do this, or
if-
I'm not gonna do
If
that."
I choose to rob this store with you, right?
All you choosing to
Okay.
do is rob the store.
Right. But who's to say that I won't get
Well, we
killed in
not
the
ta-
process?
No one.
I won't go to
That's-
jail,
I understand
and I
that.
won't be stabbed, shot,
But-
or come up with a missing
That's
leg.
still a
Now, if
consequence,
you had
though.
the choice, if you knew that if you rob this store, that you are going to go to jail, now will you still make the choice to rob the store?
Yes, they still gonna make the
No,
choice
no,
because they
no.
Are
not.
you do, you
Are
gonna do that
you
for a
gonna
friend?
make
though?
I mean,
choice.
me, I'm
If-
not robbing nobody.
Look, don't be foolish now.
Listen, I'm not
for,
robbing
for the
nobody.
hypothetical, if you chose to rob a store and you knew for a fact that if you went into that store you are going to jail, will you make the choice to still rob
I
the
know
store?
it's a possibility.
Would you? Yes. Would you? Yes or no? I'm sorry. That's what I'm looking
After
for.
I evaluated the possibilities, and
There's
I
no
still,
possibility. I'm
It
telling
is.
you right now, you are going to jail if you rob this
why
store.
would I go and rob a store if I know I'm going
You
to
a
jail?
That's
rider,
what
you're
I'm
a friend.
saying.
That's what we're
No,
asking.
what I'm saying is you have the possibility
We're not
of
talking about
actually.
possibilities. We're only
We
talking about.
are.
He's
Her
talking about
question
choices.
was, yeah.
If you get
Choices.
into a fight, right?
No, I'm not talking about what could, should, or would, it could have happened because we don't know if that's going to happen. What I'm talking about is definitely what is. And what is the choice that you make. And he is only making the choice to rob. He's only making the choice to shoot. Not
He's
worried
not
about
making the
any
choice to
consequence
die. He
that's
said
gonna
nah.
happen.
So you talking about
Now,
if you
if
make
he had the
hold on.
choice to die,
No,
he
let me
gonna
ask
be
you
like,
this.
No.
If you make a choice to shoot somebody, is that not the same as making the choice to say that I'm about to go to jail?
It's not because niggas shoot people every day and don't die.
But do they go to jail?
No.
Some don't.
Some don't.
Some
It's a
don't.
lot of murderers running the streets out here.
Okay.
Let's not act like everybody goes to jail.
All right. Let's say that but is it not a possibility? Do you not weigh
But
that option?
the question is not about possibilities. This guy is saying if my man has to do this, he's gonna do this. So he's agreeing to yes, should I do this? Yes, should I not do this? That's all he's talking about. He's not weighing the options or the possibilities. That's not what they're talking about. Like, for example, if I say, Julian, can you give me $1,000, right? All I'm asking you for is what?
That's not the same.
It is,
If I stole
but
$1,000
no.
and
All
gave
I'm
it to you from the bank, then what you gonna say?
No. If I'm asking you for $1,000, your only choice right there is to give me $1,000, right? You don't know if I'm gonna pay you back or not. All you agreeing to is just to give me the $1,000
But
that
that's
I'm
a
asking
possibility
for.
that you might not pay me back, oxytocin, and I'm not gonna
Okay,
give it
but
to you if it,
but this is the thing. If you know you will not get paid back at all.
I don't know that.
But
You
I'm
could
saying,
tell me
but
one
I'm telling
thing.
you that now, if you did know that you weren't going to get it
If
back,
I
would
loan you $1,000, we gotta write that. If I loan you $1,000, I don't
But
know
would
whether
you
you're
do
gonna
it?
pay me back
But
or
no,
not.
this is the thing. I'm telling you, you're not getting it. So in this instance, like in
I'm
his
not gonna give you
scenario,
no
you
$1,000.
do know.
But I'm not giving you no
You
$1,000.
do know.
I'm not giving you that.
Exactly. So we're not talking about what they don't know, what possibly could happen. He's only talking about one thing.
I'm not fighting or killing
Back
or
to do's
dying
and
for
don'ts
none of
of a
y'all.
friendship. So do's and don'ts. What is a do and a don't in a friendship? Intro pick. Give me one do and one don't.
Listen, what you don't do is one thing you don't do is steal from your friends. That's the one thing
Facts.
I say. And what you do is you try to be as honest as possible.
TV.
So,
I'm going to say a don't is don't betray my confidence. Don't talk about anything I confide in you. What you do is be there at the level of expectation you're supposed to be there. Like, if you would ask me for $100, make sure you're available to me when I'm in mine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity, yeah.
I know that's right.
That's a big do.
And you know what's funny? I like what you said about your don't, because shout out to Amanda Seals. She posted a video the other day and she said she was talking to one of her friends and they had her on speaker, but they was in the car with someone else. And she was talking about, some things. And she said when she found out that someone else was in the car, she said, oop, hung up the phone. That your friend don't need to know my business. Just because I confide in you don't mean I want to confide in your friend. It doesn't work like that. So that's definitely a huge, huge, huge don't. Don't do that.
what about you? Oxytocin?
Oh my gosh. A do for being a friend of mine. You got to support me because I support all of my friends. I think that's very, very, very important. I do. I really
She's
do. I'm
dope,
there for
yeah.
my friends. I want the best for my friends. Like, I literally love my friends. And I expect all that in return. So those are do's. A don't for me, man, don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Do not like for what? I think like that right there, don't lie to me. Keep it 100. Please do. Yeah. There we go. Friendships, man.
That outfit, I don't like it. Throw the whole outfit away.
Tell me about the
Well, listen.
outfit.
Okay, well,
We
is that hard to accept? Like, because no one wants to be lied to, but we want to be polite. So, is there
it's a way to
room?
sugarcoat your words.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a way to. I think.
Sure, man. Look. Just that shit don't look right. Like, I'll take that. I'm cool. But me, I don't. Baby, because I got 5 sisters and we
Okay.
keep it S100. Like, the way we
1,000.
talk to each other, you would think like, ooh, do they love each other? But, ooh, we love each other. But
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't sound like that because we just keep it so honest. But
Right.
tell me.
All right.
Tell me.
Keep
I
it
ain't going to be
100.
mad.
Okay.
I ain't going to be mad.
Well, listen, Tamieka, thank you so much for joining us.
It was great having you on this episode
Man,
of Drinks
I
and
feel like I'm at
Conversations.
home.
I know that's
You
right. You are home.
I
You
love
are.
it.
All right,
Thank
welcome
you.
The rent is due.
Hey, I got my part.
I know that's right. Listen. Well, Tamieka, tell us one little secret about you before we
Yeah,
go.
juice
that
it,
you
juice
tell
it.
nobody
Juicy
now.
little secret. That's
Juicy,
the problem when your
juicy.
life's an open book. What's a secret?
Mm,
I don't know.
there's something in there.
I'm gonna talk about haters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know people say they don't care about their haters, but I actually do. I'm someone that actually do care about my haters.
You
I
like-
spend a great deal of time like assessing that situation and seeing maybe ways that I have possibly wronged folks. Like if there's something I can do or.
A little life learning experience.
Yeah,
a little
exactly.
something like
Yeah,
that.
I love my
I can
haters.
understand
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, haters are lovers just in disguise. Listen.
Hey.
But listen, we about to get up out of here, y'all.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you so much for coming through.
You are welcome anytime. to come
Anytime.
back.
You already know it. And we got to do this again.
Yes,
We
the
definitely do.
We
mash.
shall.
We shall
The
do this.
mash
Drinks and
up.
conversations. Talking with TB.
Let's get it.
Yes.
Get it. Listen, we out, y'all. Hey. 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 Hey.